And away we go. We were just having so much fun.
I know. Got to hit the record.
We actually got to record. Like, you roll in and it was just like, we just started going at it. It's like, oh yeah, we probably should actually like make a podcast out of this.
Yeah, because it was getting juicy. It was getting good.
I mean, 30 seconds into sitting down, it's like, oh yeah, well, homoeroticism and dudes obsessed with other dudes' dicks.
Standing to pee on people. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming all the way the fuck down to LA for this.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for inviting me. It's a little quick trip. It's an easy peasy hop, skip, jump.
Yeah, but I'm honored that like I'm going to base the rest of my trip out coming down to do the show.
Oh, yeah. So it's come here to do this, and then the other days are just penis days. Yeah.
Hey.
And beach. Penis beach, hanging out. Yeah.
And beaches generally involve a penis.
I hope so.
Or an oversized clit. It could.
There is a penis coming with us, so we'll see.
Hey, don't discriminate. It's gonna be just whatever fleshy mound ends up in your mouth.
Right? Just give me the shmeat. Give me the bottom shmeat. Whatever's there.
Most out of town guests are like, yeah, when I make it to LA, we'll figure something out. And you're like, no, we're doing the show, and then I will find other shit to do while I'm here, which I'm just
basically
very honored about.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm glad that you wanted to talk to me about whatever we're going to talk about.
All sorts of shit.
That's what I'm saying. All sorts of shit.
We're going to start off with this Crown Royal bag. Oh I failed and was unable to get Hennessy. I don't know why my local liquor store just had no Hennessy.
I'm glad this isn't happening in February.
Oh.
Because then it would have been a whole nother level. I'm kidding. But no, Crown's always a good second choice. I appreciate you asking me my preferences.
I got all the second choices for you. It's like ginger ale with sugar, Crown Royal. Like I'm just, you made the fucking trek down here and I'm just full of fail. Like just all the plan Bs.
It's not your fault because you wouldn't have known that it would have been dressed in this terrible. I mean, it's like dun, 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 dun. Like that's the only thing that's like that's what's sexy about it. But it's interesting. I was like, I'm used to the different flavors have the different color bags. So like the regular is like purple, the peach is orange, the apple's green, and there's the different bag colors.
I mean, I hope that doesn't taste like shit.
Oh no, it tastes like regular Crown. It's just ugly as fuck. It's not your fault.
It's the ugly stepchild of Crown.
I am so appreciative.
There's a reason 2 months after the season's over that like that bag's still on the fucking shelf.
Right. Throw football fever forever.
Like everyone saw that like, what the fuck do the Canadians know about fucking football?
I'm not sure. What's their sport? I mean, it's like
hockey.
Oh yeah.
Hockey, curling.
That's some shit I don't get. It's like the scrubbing and then the blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Like, that's next level white people shit, and I don't get it either.
That's their business.
Whose idea was like, so we're gonna shoot a giant puck down like we're kind of bowling, but when you get close, we're gonna kind of sweep at it. Like what?
Like why? Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck the rules are.
Yeah. I don't know how you win. It's like, I feel like, I mean, obviously the colors in the ring have something to do with but then they like, are you wanting to get further than the other one? Are you trying to knock it out? Like,
I think you're trying to get in the bullseye, but knock the other person out of the center.
Yeah. Whatever.
But why? Why?
Why?
Like, who got so bored up in Canada? Like, so we have this frozen lake and we're just gonna.
Right. I'm like, how many lakes have people fallen into doing curling now? Because those just look heavy.
I mean, we have Google in front of us. We can find out how many people have died curling.
Yeah.
I'm really curious. Someone has to have died curling.
Yeah. I feel like the Winter Olympics are way more dangerous than the Summer Olympics. I mean, aside from like surfing, but like, there's the luge, there's, the bobsleds, like all those like frozen waters. Whew. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not helpful.
No.
Someone dying of cancer that was a curler doesn't.
It's not cause and effect.
Right. I don't think curling causes cancer.
No, nor does it cure cancer.
Obviously.
But who knows? Maybe he didn't play long enough. Who knows? I'm not a doctor. I'm a head doctor.
Oh. The double entendre.
Yeah.
6 athletes had 2 independent curling injuries. Huh. One was a 7-year-old.
Damn. Like curling them young.
The minute they can crawl, like, go throw that shit on the ice.
But I feel like it's like curling's one of those sports that like would actually I feel like it would be good for kids because you're not only teaching them like sports stuff, but you could also like, it's like a metaphor for like cleaning, like mopping and sweeping, you know, like I like it.
Just making kids clean their fucking room for a game.
Yeah, why not?
I love that, like, before we got on air, like, let's not talk about sports ball. And then immediately, we're into weird sports ball. Weird. Like,
I mean, curling's, it's just a mystery of the world. I don't know what that is, man.
Well, and how the fuck did that shit make it into the Olympics? Like, how did other countries like, we got a curling team?
I don't know.
It's like when I found out that America has a rugby team. Like, what? That's a thing?
I didn't know that they had, I mean, aside from like at schools and stuff, you know, I've seen like, intramural like sports or whatever. I don't know. Enough sports, man. Back to the penises.
Back to the penises, not the sweaty dudes that, the penises are attached to doing the sports ball.
Let's talk about those sports balls.
The type of sports balls that you drain.
Yes. Training a ball.
Oh my God.
Much more entertaining to me.
It is. It's entertaining to everyone involved. Like my audience is like, curling? Really? You're a bad kid on here and you're just going to talk about fucking curling.
Right.
Really? What fucking show did I sign up for?
She came all the way out here to talk about curling?
You bought her Canadian whiskey and then all of a sudden you're just going to talk about curling?
Talk about curling?
We're going to do like 30 minutes on curling and then show's over. Like just not a single mention of a sex act, anything depraved, anything. Just curling.
Just solamente curling. Curling. Oh, my little speech impediment coming out.
Drink more, it'll help.
Right.
Don't worry, by the end of this, we'll be curling. Curling?
And you're like, yeah, I know how to play.
So you're a responsible guest. You brought a DD.
I did. Yes, I brought a DD. Shout out to Goddess T. Thanks for DDing me. Thanks, boo. Because you never know. I get a little thirsty sometimes.
It's okay. It's your bottle.
Thanks.
Like, this is a self-service show. Drink as much or as little as you'd like.
I love it. I'm getting it going. In this snazzy glass. I really like this glass, though. This is a snazzy.
Shout out to Amazon.
Okay.
Like, oh, hey, fancy whiskey glasses. Yeah, I shove those. Those are on brand.
Right? Business write-off, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, 100%. Like,
all this, you're like, this is.
Yeah.
Business.
Really, I started to do the show so I could write off my alcohol. Like,
hey, work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Like, government, don't come for me, but.
Okay. This is work.
It's all work. Just sitting here drinking, all work.
As long as Uncle Sam gets his, and he will, make sure of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he gonna get his. As long as you get, do what you got to do. Don't tell me what I need to do. I told you how much I made, which is funny because y'all know how much I made because y'all made me fill out the papers. So
but do they? As a 1099 employee, like, they don't know.
I love that cash money though.
Exactly. And they don't need to know about all that.
Yeah, no. Don't ask me about it because I'm not going to tell you about it.
Right. But they got that garbage where it's like, oh, if you accept over $600 on a business Venmo account, all of a sudden, like, now they know.
That's so annoying.
Like, there are fucking billionaires not being taxed.
Oh my God.
You're going to come after me for my $600?
Okay. Not to get politicky because I don't know, but they're like, oh, we're going to start taxing them at 20%, which is less than I get taxed at.
Right.
I get taxed more than 20%, but they're like, haven't billionaires suffered enough?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, have y'all ever had to eat top ramen with tap water? Not even because it was either the vegetable broth or the top ramen. Y'all never lived like that. And y'all are saying, I haven't I suffered enough.
Right. Yeah. I've been broken up in points in my life where, like, I had to start getting creative with the ramen. Like, oh, I didn't even put it in the water. Like, I pan fried the noodles with some chicken. Like, poured the powder on top of the
yeah.
Because you can't just do the broth every fucking night. Mm-mm. Eventually, you just got like, okay, how do I change this up? I mean, there's definitely been points where, I mean, I may have been inebriated, but I've just been like brick, just
yeah. I was going to say the good old days, and when I was a little ghetto baby, we would just crunch it up in the bag and pour the powder over it, and then you would just eat it like.
Yep, done that.
Crunchy nudes.
You have to. Variety is the spice of life.
I'm telling you.
But these motherfuckers never fucking experienced that shit. They wouldn't even know. Like, no. They're probably like, oh, top ramen costs like $10 a bag, right?
Right. But even that shit's expensive now. Everything. Oh my gosh. I went to a international market the other day. I had never seen so much instant noodle before. I was like rows and rows. Beautiful. I was overwhelmed.
Honestly, the imported like instant noodles are actually pretty fucking good. Like, yeah, my go-to Korean market, like, there's lobster fucking instant noodles, like lobster ramen. Some of them are like, oh hey, it's not actually like powder, it's like a sauce pack in that motherfucker. It's like, oh, the actual noodles are like vacuum sealed and actually like noodle texture, not.
Right. And they were like handmade already. Like, so beautiful. I saw so many different foods that I might not necessarily eat myself, but I could appreciate. They were gorgeous. So much variety. I was like, wow. International markets. You get baked, you can go to international market. Woo.
Dangerous. Fucking dangerous.
Okay. It adds up quick.
Well, and it just illustrates like how better people eat outside of the States at times.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, because even some of their, frozen meals are like amazing. Like you wouldn't even know. Like if somebody had cooked it for me and plated it for me, I would be like, this was from the freezer section. Like what?
Right.
Sorry, Swansons, but
what, you don't want meatloaf that like tastes like a shoe and covered in salt?
Not a shoe.
Hungry man.
Oh gosh, no. But I remember messing up the ones like the kids' cuisines as a kid. I was like, that's a treat. That was the treat, man.
I mean, to this day, I still fuck with bagel bites.
Yes. And then like the little pizza rolls.
Oh, fucking hot lava in the little.
Yeah. That's what you have to do. Yeah.
I have lost so many layers of skin in my mouth from those fucking things.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
Like, who at Totino's was like, yeah, this is a good idea. We're just gonna, make hot lava in little packets.
Yeah, you're all. Now feed it to your children.
They'll love it. They won't be crying in agony. They'll love it.
No, but it's like we never learned. Like today, we're eating the hot pot, and it was like literally the second it comes out of the hot boiling water, you put it right in your mouth, and you're like, "Wow, this is hot."
Which hot pot spot did you hit?
I don't know what it is called, but it was great. It was like all you can eat. It was dope.
I'm looking for a new one. My go-to shut down. So
yeah, I'll have to ask him what it was called. It was like some cute little corn. It wasn't too far from here. I'll have to find the name out for you.
Yeah, please let me know.
It was good.
That is one thing.
The first time I'd ever been.
You've never done hot pot before at all?
No. Oh. I don't have any where I live. There's not any hot pot places. So I was like, or maybe there is, and I just don't know. I probably just don't know.
Just got to hunt it down.
Yeah, I don't eat meat, so I guess it's like a very meat centered. But this place had lots of vegetables, tofu, had lots of great options.
The broths weren't all like fucking meaty?
No, they had vegan broths and everything too. Yeah.
Only fucking LA. Only LA on that shit.
That is my favorite part about LA is the cuisine options. Because I used to be like a super devout vegan for like years, and then I stopped. And then just eat vegetarian, mostly or pescatarian or whatever. But it's hard because you want to go get ramen and then you're like, wow, this is dirty water that you call vegan broth, and I don't like this.
Right. We waved a vegetable over it.
Mm-hmm. The liqueur of broth.
Right. I swear, essence of fucking celery.
Yeah, you're like a leek walked by.
Just a dab of onion.
Yeah, a whisper.
So what made you decide to go from full vegan to pescatarian, vegetarian?
I mean, cheese is pretty dope.
It's supposed to be chemically addictive equal to cocaine.
That's what they say.
I believe it. So I don't fuck with Coke. I mean, this is a body built by cheese.
Cheesehead.
Right? If cocaine was as good as cheese, I'm going to die.
I'm dead. Have you ever watched Loiter Squad? It was on Adult Swim. Oh gosh, it's Tyler the Creator made it. And the intro song is just, I like cheese, I like cheese, I like cheese. Like that's literally the intro song. And then one of the last ones like, I like cheese. That's literally that's the theme song. I figured you'd appreciate it.
I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
You got to watch just one episode, or just Google the Litter Squad for one episode, just so you can.
Yeah, I'm into weird cartoons, so I'm totally down.
It's not a cartoon, though.
It's really
no. It's a live action Adult Swim. Yeah,
Adult Swim does stuff that's live action.
I know, right? Yeah, they do a couple, and they're really good. Some of their like live actions are my favorite. Like that Black Jesus. Oh, two of my favorites.
I will have to check it out. Like I'm all about Adult Swim's weird cartoons, so I will check out some of their live action shit.
Yeah, some of them are just too weird. I'm just like,
That's when you do some mushrooms and fucking try to see what happens.
Yeah. Yo, I remember like I was like young, like a kid in high school, like first smoking weed for the first time. And someone put on something that was called Super Jail.
Oh, I remember Super Jail.
I was watching it and I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Literally, it blew my fucking brain. I was like, this ain't for kids, right?
No, definitely not. But that was also one of those Adult Swim shows where I was just like, this is a little too nonsensical. This is fucking weird.
This is fucking weird. Yeah. Some things but I love like adult cartoons. Like that will be like my first like go-to if the TV's going to turn on.
What's your go-to cartoons?
I love Archer, Rick and Morty, Solar Opposites. I watched this one on HBO Max, and I don't know if it was an Adult Swim or not, or if it was HBO Max, but it was called The Jellies.
All right.
Really good, super weird. I just like weird.
You ever watch any of the 90s MTV cartoons?
Not as an adult. I watched them like growing up. I do want Celebrity Deathmatch to come back.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Somebody had tweeted about it last night with, the stuff happening. And I was like, yes, Celebrity Deathmatch should come back.
Is Mills Lane still alive?
Good. I hope so. Because that was just too good.
Oh.
That era of TV.
Some of that shit's like, how is this on MTV?
Okay. Like, I missed villainous reality TV. That was the good time.
Dude.
It was fun.
Fucking Springer just getting fucking wild.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you see how I was dying because I guess Maury is getting canceled? And I was like, what else am I going to watch when I come home from school? And I was like, oh, wait. I don't go to school anymore.
But you could.
Right. I've been there, done that. I'm still paying it off.
Oh.
It's one of those things.
More BJs to pay it off.
Okay. Seriously.
Have you done the math on like how many BJs it takes to pay off your student loan debt?
No, because it never gets paid to the principal. It all just goes straight to interest, damn it.
Can't you overpay?
Well, yeah, but who wants to do that?
I don't know. I'm wildly uneducated. I didn't go to a single day of fucking school.
Yeah, I've been paying on it. Like, that's the thing is you pay and you're paying the interest. It never pays to the actual. So, you pay X amount of dollars, but then it's got so much interest on it that you're paying to the interest and the interest just keeps accruing. So you're never able to pay the amount that you borrowed.
Can't you do it like a car loan when you overpay right on part of it? Like apply to principal.
Maybe, I don't know, but I'm going to keep not paying them for as long as they let us not pay. But May's coming. They said, May, we have to start paying again. And I'm like, who's going to beat my ass? Who's going to come get my money? I mean, I know you guys will get it, but who's going to come get my money?
Right. You better send 2 or 3 of them. They're going to need backup.
Send hot ones.
Just send them away with a smile. They'll be like, oh shit, we didn't collect the payment. Fuck.
Send hot ones. Yeah.
Fuck.
Some bullshit. Fuck you, Uncle Sam.
Sorry, Uncle Joe. She bamboozled us with a blowjob. We forgot to collect the money. My bad.
Blowjob Bamboozle.
I'm sure that series exists.
I hope so. If not, I'm writing down.
Hold on, I gotta see if that URL exists.
Blowjob Bamboozle?
Yep.
We're buying it now. Add to cart. It's a need to know basis.
Oh yeah, does not exist.
Oh. Write it down, T. Blowjob Bamboozle. I have a Highdeas. Hold on, is it a no? Blowjob Bamboozle. It's Highdeas.
Do you have a lot of ideas?
I do. I have a notes folder for ideas.
Oh, yeah. Can we dive in?
Yeah, if you hand me my phone. But no, I don't want to share. I'll share one.
All right, let's just take a mid-tier one. We don't want anyone stealing the top tier.
People be stealing.
Oh yeah, Oh, I drunkenly give away good ideas on the show all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, oh, that's amazing. And then I don't follow through. And it's like, oh, shit. I broadcasted that to the internet. Fuck.
I have to add my idea that I came up with at dinner, too. One long noodle. No, I will not be providing context. Okay, let me see.
I'm curious. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Like,
right. I have no, I can't share that one. That one's too good. Or that one.
Or that one.
Or that one.
You got one you already implemented that you can share?
I mean, this is one that was, and this was, I'll just read it as it is typed. Medusa gets dick hard. Stone dick. Smoke stoned. Big dick. There's a struggle. Conflicting ideology. Cognitive dissonance to get hard but doesn't want to but knows it's hot. I guess that was something I thought about one day.
Wow. There's a lot going on there.
And then there's more. There says, spinning realization of kink. Oh my God, I like this. Spinning graphics of things that get them off. I don't know what I was thinking. That's just...
just stream of conscience.
That was one of them. Yeah.
That is a pretty funny fucking concept of just like someone pulls their dick out from Medusa and now it's stone.
Right. But like only the dick is stoned. Like I don't know what
do you put like one of them dog cones around your fucking cock at that point so you can't see her?
Cone of shame.
Like cone of shame around your dick and now it's stone.
But maybe it's only if the dick is hard, because if it's like soft, maybe the pee-pee hole is like down.
Yeah, you're just slapping it against.
Yeah, but it's like only when it like, that's the penis looking at you.
It's right in the eye.
That's the one. Let me put these notes away. There we go. Unless it's only on one phone, the other phone. Who knows what's on the other phone? Ugh.
Does this happen often? Sitting down and be like, oh yeah, this is an amazing...
I don't always go back and look at them. You know, it's like, now I'm disgusted with myself. So I want to see what I wrote.
Why would you...
Okay.
See, that could have been, that could come out to be a fun scene.
No, totally. No, but there's some foul shit out here. I'll give this back to you.
You do a whole scene, just paint some dude's dick gray with it.
Yeah. Stone dick.
Just make sure it's like, paint that you can actually fuck with.
Yeah. Oh, and then I also I won't come up, but I came up with a name because you know how like in a lot of like the higher end brands have like singular named like sites. I came up with one in my head. I'm not going to share it, but it was really good as well too. There's no point for me to tell you since I'm not sharing, but it was really good.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, just believe it.
I have no choice but to.
Yeah. Well,
I can't be like, no, I don't believe you. It's a horrible fucking name.
You're all. The evidence thus far shows that you've only come up with bad ideas. So
I didn't think that was a bad idea.
Yeah,
I think there was shit to work with there.
There is. It might be hard.
Oh, we need a drummer in house for the rim shot on that one.
Okay. Brimming.
Besides getting some hot pot while you're in LA, what else have you been doing with yourself? What else are you doing while you're here besides the penises?
Well, I haven't been here very long today. I think I got here around like 1. So I haven't done very much. I've just been hanging out with some friends and stuff. And tomorrow we're going to go to the beach and probably like show titties out and stuff. And
oh my God, titties? Really?
Yeah, so I'll probably show some of those in a secluded area and just hang out. I'm going to see if I can get some content trade in. Got a lot of potential stuff happening, but we'll see what comes to.
Hopefully it does,
fruition.
People be flaky.
Right? And I'm like, I just want some dick.
Right. I came all this way for this penis.
Okay.
Like, I claimed I came here for this podcast, but I came here for the penis.
Penis and podcast, penis. Yeah.
The PNP.
The PNP. PNP for the PP. Just
maybe. As long as there's not a mess I have to clean up afterwards.
No. It will be fine. It'll all be good.
It's still early in the show, folks. We don't know.
Right. Who knows?
Famous last words.
Who knows?
The reason it's leather chairs.
You know, that's what I'm saying. I was out shopping for like a new, like, not like ottoman, but kind of like a bench or something. We're shopping with my mom and she's like, oh, this one's cute. Oh, this one's cute. And I was like, Mom, they're like linen. I need like leather for reasons. And she's like, yeah, you're right. I was like, yeah, I can't have upholstery. Like,
I mean, you can for like a week or two.
Yeah. But like, yeah.
Just return to the store. Be like, I don't know what's up with this. It smells funny.
There's this odor coming.
Right. I don't know what you guys did to this in this warehouse, but I need to return it.
It got real weird. About week 2 of it being here. Unrelated to me.
Right? Do not DNA test it. No black lights.
I did not do it. I didn't do it at all. So, I mean, it is. Yeah. So, certain fabrics aren't good. Like, I'm looking for a new couch. And I'm like, I really want a velvet couch. But I know. I'm like, I don't want to be that old lady with, like, the plastic on the couch. Like, you know, they say if your grandma had plastic on the couch, it's because she was a squirter. And I was like, that's what I need. I need plastic on my stuff.
I mean, that's probably why my grandparents stayed married for 60-something years.
Go grandma.
I mean, go grandpa for making it happen, too.
Okay. Team effort.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So it was like a long time to be with somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them, but I'm like, oh, sounds like a long time.
At that point, it sounds like, codependency issues at that point. Oh,
yeah. But that was just a whole different, like philosophy and belief system of, marriage and all that.
We can't get divorced because society would frown on us on that shit.
You're like, okay.
0 fucks given.
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious. Like 1 generation later, it's like, oh, yeah, like 60% of us are getting fucking divorced.
Yeah. Truly.
And now our generation is just like, yeah, we're not even bothering getting married.
That's me. I'm like, you're going to tell me that I need a paper from the government that says that you love me? I already have enough government documents. Like, I don't need any more. Like, I've got enough.
On one hand, I want the tax breaks.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Do I really want the government to incorporate my love?
Right. Yeah. I'm like, whatever. Not for me.
Nah. It's just like,
I don't care.
Unless I'm marrying up, like, rich ladies out there.
Yeah. Right.
Slide into them DMs.
Right. Any rich people want to benefact me? I'm here.
Right.
They need a benefact.
There's nothing wrong with marrying up.
Benefacted life. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Climb any way you can.
Right. Just a couple things. And I was like, I don't ask for much.
Right? Just leather couches. Jeez.
Right. I was like, I don't ask for much.
For the audio audience, there is a very, very, very big wink there.
There was like 3, like, like 3 large winks.
Like her eyes still closed.
Right. Oh my God. You watch Arrested Development? It's like with Lucille be losing her eyes just closed and one eye just closed. Oh, Jessica Waters, R.I.P.
Right?
Yeah. Plus Jessica Walters, yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do Archer without her.
Okay. That last season, like that just was on, I was just like.
Honestly, the last couple seasons have not been great.
No. But just knowing that, I'm like, hopefully they could do like Toy Story where they had enough scraps to, put stuff together for a character. Hopefully they have enough Melanie type stuff to give us more.
I hope so. But I hope it just gets better because it.
Yeah. It was like after Archer, like the Dreamland, like it just got weird after that.
But weird in not a great way.
Yeah. No, not in a good way.
Like conceptually, I was all for it. Like, oh, yeah, Archer in space and like all these. I'm here for it. But it's like the execution just ended up being.
Yeah. It's like they had the idea, but it just didn't. Like you said, the execution wasn't there. And
it's all ISIS's fault.
It is. I was just about to say, I was like, once they had to get rid of ISIS, like, yeah, that's when it happened, I feel like.
I mean, I know, like, ISIS beheaded people and executed a bunch of people, but fucking up Archer is the worst thing they ever did.
Right. How dare you? Right? This is the thing I was affected by.
Right? I don't know those dead people.
Sorry to that man. The Kiki from I don't know that man, but I'm sorry to that man.
Right.
But yeah, poor Archer. It's so funny. I remember when I had been watching Archer for so long, and then I Bob's Burgers came out, and I was like, hang on. I know this guy. And then anytime I see him, like the actor himself and stuff, I forget that it's him. And I'm like, oh, who's this weird looking dude? And then he starts talking and I'm like, oh, that's who he is.
Have you ever seen, there was a bonus content thing they did for one of the earlier seasons of Archer where Archer gets into an accident and after the plastic surgery, he looks like H. John Benjamin?
No.
And they all react to him like, he's H. John.
That's funny. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
That is too funny. And he's voiced one of those like such distinguishable voices that you just know that it's him no matter what show it is. Because it's like he had episodes in like Family Guy even too. And I was like, hey, you know that voice.
But it's so wild, like where you can associate that voice where like Archer's drawn as a good-looking man,
right? He's one of the sexiest cartoons. Like my first cartoon crush was Aladdin. Ooh, so fun. And then Archer was like the next most fun after that.
What does that say? That you're looking for a man who's gonna lie to you? What does that say?
I mean, they're gonna do it anyway. So
wow, shots fired. Shots.
Pew, 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 pew. No. That's one of my I can successfully say that I don't lie. Like ever, but I do lie to men. But that is...
We don't count.
I mean, it's just like a different... And it's like not all... Like there's certain time... There's a time and a place. Everything I've said here today is true though.
So what sort of stuff do you lie to men about? I'm just curious. I'm like, what sort of stuff?
I mean, when, it's like sometimes it's like businessy stuff. Not like... That sounded bad. That's not what I meant. I guess that wouldn't be considered lying. That's called the finesse. It's called finessing. That's different. So I don't lie to men. I finesse. No.
You massage the truth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everyone lies. It's not like I'm condemning. Oh my God, you've told a lie. Oh right. No. Shame. Right. No, whatever. Like, I just think it's a hilarious distinction. Like, yeah, I only lie to men.
Right. I mean, everybody's lying to get what they want.
Oh, true. But I don't discriminate by gender or race. I've lied to dogs.
I feel like I've lied to my dog before.
Like, we're not going to the vet, buddy.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck them kids. I'll lie straight to your face.
You probably don't want to phrase it like that. Phrasing.
Yeah. That wasn't a verb.
That clip's going viral. Fuck them kids.
No, it's a quote. Fuck them kids, Kyle. It's a quote of a quote, okay? These are air quotes for, the sounds. There's air quotes. ASMR air quotes. Can't you hear them? Dead. But yeah, no, lying. Men and children, that's all.
Children need to be lied to, often.
Definitely.
Could you imagine just telling children the truth all the time?
Oh, God. But it's funny when you do tell them the truth and they just think it's funny. Like, it's just, or if it's like something like really, not like dark, because you want to traumatize the kids, but.
You don't?
What is, I mean, not the ones you like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like my niece, like I wouldn't, like in a bad way.
See, I think that she builds character.
But like I was roasting her one day. Yeah, it was pretty good. And then she tried to roast her brother. And I was like, no, because I was roasting him first. And then she wanted to roast her brother. And I said, yo, we don't do that jumping shit. It's a one-on-one, okay? Let me have my moment. You can have yours, but don't copy mine. Those are the only rules.
Right. You're the audience. I'm on stage.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, come up with your own stuff, man. Be original.
What kind of roast jokes are you throwing at children?
Oh, now I'm going to sound like a bad guy, but sometimes.
I mean, you're roasting children. You're already halfway there. I'm just saying.
I mean, nothing that I wouldn't roast an adult for.
Oh, that makes it better.
I mean, have you shot your pants as an adult?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's what I was roasting them for, was just shitting their pants.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely I definitely shot my pants. Like, Oh, the one time I can remember, well, I mean, it was a long time ago, but it was literally was out on a date with my girlfriend at the time. And we took separate cars and we're going back to my place. I stopped at a gas station bathroom to take a piss, took a 50-50 fart. And
can't trust a fart, man.
Right. The odds were not in my favor.
Yo.
And nothing like just shitting yourself in a gas station bathroom. Like,
I feel like that's the only place to shit yourself.
Well, if I had done it in the comfort of my own home, I could have cleaned up.
That would have been better. You're right.
So I did, cleaned myself up as best I could, threw my fucking underwear in the garbage can. So the next person who uses that bathroom just has to be like, why are there shitty underwear? And this like tiny fucking, this is like a little garbage can.
The wall garbage can?
Yeah. I didn't make sure it was all the way in. It was just like halfway hanging out.
Did you wrap it in anything
Fuck
first?
No.
Oh, you just shoved it in there.
I fucking whipped it.
I'm dead. But let me go back to why I was roasting my nephew.
All right. You're like, I've heard enough about you shitting yourself.
Well, no, now I got to justify myself. No, so he started it. He had went into the bathroom and it was one of those things. He had charted and he came out and he was like, I didn't make it. And I was like, he's like, I fought it and I pooped my pants. I said, do you know what that's called? And he said, what? I said, that's called a shart. And so I told him that. So that was a separate time. And then there was one time where he was making fun of her for something. And I was like, well, at least she didn't shart her pants. And then she goes, yeah, you shart your pants. I said, no, one at a time. So that's how it happened. I was not wrong about it. Okay.
See, kid, in the future, you're human. Bodily functions sometimes happen. Sometimes you don't have full control. Wear it with a badge of pride. Be like, yep, I sharted myself.
Okay. But distrust starts at yourself. It starts at home. It starts with yourself and it starts with your asshole. So you have to learn that you can't trust your own asshole sometime before you can even learn to trust somebody else, honestly.
It's true. It's 100% true. I don't trust my asshole at all. It's
if
like,
you can't trust your asshole, how the hell can you trust anyone else?
I mean, I guess that's why I'm still single. Like, I don't trust my asshole. It's like, is that gas or shit? I'm going to just sit down. I'm just going to be safe.
Amen.
I may, fire up the bidet even if nothing comes out. Just, never hurts to clean it up a little bit.
More men need bidet. I mean, everyone needs a bidet, honestly. And everybody needs a bidet.
Best thing to come out of the pandemic.
Oh, for sure. I remember the first time I met a bidet, I was like 9. I didn't know what it was, but I sat on it for a long time. It was nice. And I need to get one for myself.
You don't have one?
No, I need
It's 2022. How do you not have one?
I don't know. I need to replace my toilet, the toilet in my house, because my house was built like in the 80s. And I think that's like the original toilet. And it's just one of those things where it's like I have to like do the thingy, the lever and move it, or else it runs all the time. And I think excuse me. Oh my God. That was a crown burp. But I need to, I want to just buy a toilet that has the bidet in it, like already.
Full on like Japanese shower toilet?
Yeah. Would I replace it?
Why don't you have that shit on your wish list?
I don't know. I need to, in the interim, I'll get like one of the little, my wish lists need more love. I feel like I deserve more
Some
love.
man's needs to buy you a shower toilet.
Okay.
Come on, dudes. Think about that.
I need all the things. I have a wish list.
Think about it. You're buying something that is going to stimulate her bottom on the daily.
Okay.
On the daily. Think of how much pleasure you're going to bring her.
Right. To my booty hole.
Right?
It's my booty hole.
I'm sure you're obsessed with it. Spend that money.
Do it.
Right. Buy a nice one. One with a heated seat that raises when she comes in.
Yeah. That's nice. I do love a heated seat. And then like the heated water, and then you can move where you want the water to
Right. Change the isolation. Yeah. The oscillation on it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
That's just magical.
That's nice. I like that.
Someone needs to buy that for you.
I agree.
Some dude.
Someone buy that for me.
You have more money than you know what to do with. Buy her a toilet.
Okay. That's why I really advocate for the spoiling of me. I deserve it. Just spoil me. That's the easiest way. Like, my attention can be bought, honestly. I say it all the time. My attention can be bought. It's easy.
One toilet. Just one. Just one. Not
Just
2,
one.
3, 5 toilets. One toilet.
Yeah. I only have the one that needs that. Because that's my main toilet. You know? That's what I need.
How easy is that? One fucking toilet.
So easy.
But dudes ain't doing it.
They're not doing it.
My gender is failing by not buying you a toilet. My whole fucking gender.
Fix it, Jesus.
Jesus, Allah, whoever you pray to.
Right? Somebody fix it.
Somebody allow her to water pick her asshole.
Right. I want to waterboard my asshole at home, please. Let me. Please. Oh my gosh. I'm so dead. Some people are just obsessed with my asshole. They're like, why haven't you done anal? And I was like, I'm just waiting for, it's like the price is right. But really, I'm going to do it myself on my own platform. So I make all this money myself. But, we'll see what happens. We'll see.
See, that's the right move. Because too many performers get in and just like, their second scene, they're like, oh, I'm just giving away that anal. Like,
right, here's my butthole. Which good for you. Like, if that's what you like, go for it. But I feel like there's more strategy in the game than, and people be like, oh, times are changed and whoop. Well, I mean, that's fine, but still scary. No matter what, this supply and demand is going to be no matter what, if it's scarce or if it's exclusive or it's unseen, the value is already higher.
100%. Well, and it's just one of those things. It's like, if you want to do the true tiered, like making money, it's like start girl and just do girl for a while. And then when you got a base and like, we want to see you take a dick.
Yeah.
And you do boy girl.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we've seen you take a bunch of dicks in your ass now.
Put it in your butt.
Put it in your butt.
Yeah.
Oh,
put it in your butt.
And then it's like, okay, it's been in your butt. Now 2.
Right. Now it's like 3, 4. And I'm like, good for your butts.
And then you're off to legal porno. And it's just like,
yeah.
Okay. Where there could be a penis, there is a penis.
Right. I'm like, good for you. Good for you. You and your holes. Proud of you.
Do you enjoy anal in real life?
I am an anal virgin.
There's another deep wink there for the audio audience. Deep.
There is no video recorded, so pics or it didn't happen, right? So
there's no pics of me sharding myself. I just admitted that it happened.
I mean, that was your mistake.
I don't think so. I think it's good content.
I'm kidding. No, I don't.
Oh, wait. You're saying it's a mistake there was no camera? Okay.
I mean, every moment there's a moment to make money.
That's true, but I don't think my fan base appreciates me throwing shitty boxers in a bathroom. I mean, they might.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, is all I'll say. I've heard of the creation of some of these requests for men's dirty drawers. Ugh. Not for me. But that's okay because I'm not a man with dirty drawers. But I sell panties.
As you should.
Yeah, I totally sell panties. I got 2 lined up for when I get back home. But yeah, panties.
Do you have a freezer full of them in a Ziploc bag?
No, but I do, like, if I had like a particularly juicy day, I'll just go ahead and like vacuum seal it that day. Like there was one day I recorded a scene and I just, like squirted everywhere. It was all over the outfit. So I just auto vacuum sealed it. So I'm like, it's just sitting there ready for its new home. It's forever home.
Just fostering those panties.
Yeah. Yeah. So if anybody wants to give them to a good home, it's a set. It's a bra and panty set covered in squirt. But yeah. So yeah, I've got, and then, I let people add stuff on. So whatever, the more wear, the more costly it is.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Or the more, extras or whatever. But I haven't had anybody want like a super, super, super dirty pair of panties. But I've heard of men providing very, very dirty panties for some that want them. Yeah.
I'm not here to kink shame. Whatever people are into.
Not at all.
They're buying, everyone's selling consensually.
Right.
Game on.
Exactly. Like when we were walking up here, I hawked a loogie and she was like, man, somebody would have, I was like, I didn't have my loogie jar on me. Because I had somebody I was collecting loogies for, yeah. And
how big did that jar get?
It was like, maybe it was a couple ounces, yeah. And filled it up.
Well.
Just loogies, yeah. It was starting to gross me out after a couple days because the loogies would like turn. The loogies are turned.
It's such a weird distinction because it's just like, oh, I will sloppily make out with somebody all day.
Yeah.
Like, no problem. That's fine.
You probably had tubes and tubes of.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh, the minute it's not coming directly from the tap, like, oh.
Yeah, once you see it in a jar. Yeah. I don't know. I put lots of weird stuff in jars.
Like, what else?
I lost both my toenails, my big toenails, both of them. At like the same time, I wore a pair of shoes and they like fucked my toenails up. They turned like black and blue and then like came off. So then one of the toenails like just like had popped off and the other one we had to like, kind of like manually take it off, but it was off like 95% of the way. But so those are in a jar at home. I have like,
I mean, are they in the same jar? Or are they isolated, like looking at each other like, hi, buddy. Oh, hi,
no,
hi.
You don't separate family. They're together.
Okay. I didn't know if like.
No. I am a loving, family-centered woman. Okay? So I put them together in the same jar.
Good. Yeah. Like, I don't want your big toes to like toenails to get fucking lonely.
Yeah, no, they've been together for a while.
Are they painted a fun color too?
No, one of them has no polish on it and the other one has polish on it. Yeah.
Would it be weird to like polish it after it's been removed?
I don't know. It was just because it was like she didn't realize how much of the toenail was like not attached anymore until after she took the polish off, where the other one came off before the pedicure came around. So they're both like growing back right now. So I'm like,
because I'm sure someone would pay the video to watch you polish your disconnected toenail.
Oh, for sure. They'd probably pay to just watch my weird toe.
Oh, 100%.
Mid-growth right now.
100%.
Yeah, my weird little toe nub, my tiny toes.
So you're hiding those from the camera right now? You're just like...
Right, I mean, as far away as possible.
Well, I didn't mean this camera. I mean like when you're doing work.
Yeah. Some people are like, why didn't you paint all your toenails? I was like, because I don't have all of my toenails. I only have 8.
Like, what do you want me to paint the
and
nub?
Those are painted, like, period. the 8 that are there are painted.
What's your thoughts on dudes like foot fetishes?
Oh, I love it. My homegirl was with me when I was talking to my friends earlier about my toenails falling off. And he's like, what? Your toenail fell off? And I was like, you don't remember? It was in your mouth the other day when I was here last. Like, and he was like, huh, guess I didn't notice there was no toenail on it. And I was like, oh, I thought you did it to make me feel better about my loss. Like, I was like, I don't know. Either way, that should turn me on even more. Like, I like my toes being sucked, but then he wanted to suck the ugly toe? Like, yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh, you're really into me. Oh.
Okay, suck the ugly toe, bitch.
That is content you have to make.
Okay.
Before the toes grow out, you definitely have to have someone be your sissy and be like, suck the ugly toe.
Suck the ugly toe.
No, don't you even think about sucking the pretty toes, just the ugly toe.
Only the ugly toes.
Did I say you could kiss the pretty toes? No. You only deserve the ugly toe.
It's like in every bag of carrots, there's the ugly carrot.
Right?
It's the ugly carrot.
It's still delicious. Still tastes like a carrot.
My ugly toe. Oh, that was too funny. But no, I love foot fetish. Like, love it. Use my foot like a telephone. Like, put the foot up to your face. Like, yeah, hell yeah. It's dope. Like
massage in the mouth,
yeah. But only like I like it when people like pay for my pedicures, and most girls are like, "Oh, pay for my pedicure, pick the color." I'm like, "No, I only have white toenails. That's it. Only white." So
why only white?
It's just like a fetish thing, and I just like it matches all the time. I think people are like, "Oh, white toes are playing out," but I'm like, they don't make stains for no reason. They say if the toes ain't white, the pussy ain't right. So that's what they say. So
wow, I have never been in a right pussy then. Not once.
I'm just saying.
My mind is blown.
But also a secondary honorary mention is light pink is a second. Light baby pink, like ballet slipper baby light pink is also an acceptable.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm back to just doing secondaries like
first the worst, second the best.
All right, like I'm just all about the secondaries. I'm finding out tonight. Damn.
God damn it, Bobby. It'd be like that.
Fuck yeah, King of the Hill. Fucking.
That's actually one that I haven't watched. I need to watch it.
Oh, you have never watched King of the Hill?
No, and not because I don't like it. I think it was just because when it was on was just like I was like growing up, and it was just like one of those things I just didn't watch.
Bunch of weird rednecks in Texas. I totally get like not being like the most appealing thing.
Yeah.
And there's times where like I want nothing to do with that show, and then there's other times like, oh, that was really fucking funny because Mike Judge is a funny motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask her for a favor. Can you give me another ice cube?
They're in the bottom of the freezer.
Ice me, baby. Just like, help.
I don't have massive fingernails. I'm on it.
I know, right? That's the problem. Thank you. Yes. See, much better. Much better. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was needed.
It is.
Yes.
But the big cubes are the way to go. There.
Yeah, I need to get me a little ice tray like that.
That is the way to go.
Yeah, I really like those.
Like, is the superior way to ice whiskey. Like, have you ever tried the fucking actual stones, like the whiskey stones?
I have no idea what that is.
Like, they sell these fucking, like, they're actual rocks that you fucking freeze.
Huh.
And you're supposed to put them in whiskey because it, the ice dilutes the flavor of the whiskey. And like, well, it gets your whiskey cold and doesn't dilute. No, you just have cold rocks in your whiskey.
Yeah.
Like, because nothing's melting, nothing is transferring.
It's not altering it in flavor.
I'm sure if you left that motherfucker sitting there for 30 minutes, like, I might chill the whiskey a little bit, but
you like don't know that the rock's not porous, or has like little micro cracks in it, and then it gets bacteria in it.
Well, it's in alcohol.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. I just think about cooties.
The alcohol should help with any bacteria that try to roll in.
True. I just be thinking about cooties sometimes.
I think you're in the wrong. I think you're in the wrong line of work if you're worried about cooties.
I was like just thinking about like, I could be face deep in an ass, and I'm like, that's not what I'm thinking about cooties. I'm not thinking about any of that. Whatever.
You're just like,
no, I'm like, I need some booty in my face.
Right, booty in your face, fine.
Booty in my face.
Was that fork at the shabu shabu place though? Was that clean? Like that.
Right. Who knows? Right. But I use chopsticks, so I guess, maybe it was a very dirty, dirty tree that made that wood. Who knows?
It could have been
wood's a dirty word. Could be.
Could be a dirty word.
Could be.
Or it could be a very wholesome word.
Right. Who knows? You know what the dangerous thing about this crown being in this bag like this is you don't realize how much you drink of it either. So it's like the reveal at the end is like how much of the bottle you like undress it like.
Did BADKITTY drink a whole bottle while she's on it? Like just shit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bonk your. I bonked you. There we go. Ugh.
Hey, some people pay good money for that. It's okay.
To be bonked. For me to bonk you, right? That's going to be one of my news services is just bonking.
Just bonk.
Mm-hmm. Call me Bonkiana. That's too good.
So when you get back home,
yes.
What else is up with you? What have you been up to?
I'm really a super big homebody. Like I don't really go out much. I really just live by I can make tons of money at home, so I'm just gonna stay home. I'm not gonna really step out. Like I'll step out for like family and like friends and stuff, but I'm a really big homebody. But I don't really have anything planned. Like summer's coming. Yeah, nothing.
Not doing anything for fun, even at home? Is it work 24/7?
No, it's not work 24/7. Like I was over at my family's house the other day, yesterday, helping with getting the garden ready for spring. So I planted new stuff and we're watering it and putting that all together. So that's fun. And I have some plants at home that I need to, repot as well. And I don't know, there's nothing immediately planned. I mean, it's all good times. I just kind of go with the flow, but there's no big events planned or anything. I'm skipping Exotica Chicago. That's in April. I'm skipping that. And then I might go to another event later down the line, but
ABN's back.
I know. I saw at Resorts World. I'm like, nice. And there's like some business convention at the same time. And I just saw like, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Oh, it's not just some business convention. It is CE.
Oh, you say it like I know what that means. I just know
it's the Consumer Electronics Show.
I just know that there's going to be lots of tricks there.
So,
men who want to get pegged in the butthole.
I mean, they're 100% accurate, but it's where like the tech world goes to show off their new toys.
Got you. So the head tech peg boys. Yeah.
Right. So
it's not just some. I'm like, I don't know what it is.
there's a big history with ABN and CES. So up until what was it, 2012?
Mm-hmm.
ABN and CES always happened at the same time.
Always a like Martin Luther King weekend. I was like, hallelujah. That's what he would have wanted. I feel like.
Oh, it was. And it used to be like we both share the same convention center too. We were always at the Sands Convention Center. So if like you were a CES attendee, you actually got discounted tickets to come to AVN.
Nice.
So it was huge cross promotion. It made I mean, on one hand, it sucks because it made going to AVN more expensive because CS is obviously a much bigger fucking show.
Yeah.
And more attendees, less rooms, all that fun shit.
Higher,
but
like
it made
charge higher because there's 2 conventions. Yeah.
But it made for some pretty fucking epic after parties, just weird shit during like the circle bar. And
I bet. Those are the good old days.
I'm showing my age in the industry.
It's definitely different now. Have you been there since it's been Virgin Hotel?
I have not.
It's nice. The circle bar is gone. It's weird.
Fuck that. I'm out.
Right. But when you walk around, you can hear where the circle bar was because the acoustics were different there. But those were all the tricks are at the Virgin Hotel, just saying.
That's a weird place for the tricks to be.
I don't know. Now it's like a high-end upscale hotel.
See, it bums me out so much because the Hard Rock was my favorite hotel in Vegas.
Yeah. It was dope.
As a rock and roll dude, it's like, oh, they're playing rock. And like, it's not just the sounds of fucking machines everywhere.
It's nice. I mean, I was pretty geeked. It's funny. A lot of people don't realize that like I have like a big, I guess, music taste. And I grew up like in a very like white area. So I grew up with like a lot of like heavy rock people and stuff. So when I saw there was the full drum kit for Avenged Sevenfold, it was the Reverend's thing. And because, you like RIP the Reverend, he passed. But I was just standing there and I was like, yo, that's the Reverend's drum kit from Avenged Sevenfold. That's so dope. Like, and people would be like, Michael Jackson's gloves over there. I was like, okay. Like, that didn't excite me. But I was like, that Reverend's drum kit.
Yeah, so many rad guitars, too.
So many cool things there. Yeah. One
thing that did blow my mind, though, was the stirrups from Christina Aguilera's Dirty video. I'm like, oh my God, at that point, my leg is bigger than Christina Aguilera's waist.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck?
They're like Polly Pocket.
Yeah, it's like,
dead.
Jesus, that girl was tiny.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. It's cool. It like kind of like humanizes these people because you see like a lot of these people are really little, or small. Like, same with like when you go to the wax museum, it's like, oh damn, some of these people are really small. I'm 5'10", so I feel like a lot of people are small to me. So, but it's like it really puts things in perspective.
Oh, I know. And you must have been blown away when you started meeting like a lot of the male talents not that big.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
height,
I'm not hating, but when I first got in the industry, like the first time I met Evan Stone, and I'm a bigger person than Evan Stone is.
Yeah, I'm about the same height as I met him in the last Exotica at like DC or something, and people are like, "Who's that old guy that you're talking to?" I was like, "That's not an old guy that I'm talking to. That's Evan Stone." Well, y'all never had Showtime before,
right? But they also used to shoot Evan like he was fucking Triple H.
Yeah.
Like when he has long hair.
He looked big.
Yeah, he looked. And the first time I met him, like, hey, what's up, Evan?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. Like, I realized when I first started hanging around, like, holy shit, they shoot porn like it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah. It's all about the angles, baby.
Yeah, it's just all. And it's really easy to look like you have a giant fucking penis when you're a tiny person.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's some. That's like the objects in mirrors seem, closer than they appear. I'm like, objects in porn, sometimes they're bigger than they appear. Or smaller sometimes even too, it just depends.
Yeah, it's all angles and lighting.
Smoke and mirrors. Yeah,
but
for sure.
It was mind-blowing how short a lot of people, like a lot of people are just tiny humans.
And I hear the opposite. People are like, oh my God, I didn't realize you were going to be so tall. And I was like, what do you think? Like, that's why there's certain angles I can't shoot at or I have to shoot from like further away because I'm so tall. And like a lot of my friends aren't as tall as me. I have a couple other friends that are as tall as me. So we'll try to like shoot things and we have to shoot it to compensate for our heights because I'm like way up here and then they're all down here. And I'm just like, damn, okay, we'll make it work. But
unless you're shooting something that's specifically like big girl, short girl, fucking.
Exactly. Like, let me pick you up. Yeah.
I've seen that Brazzers ad of like someone picking up like little Jordan or whatever. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Right. I know. They're so cute. There's a couple male talents that I'm like, oh, you're so little. I could crunch you. But then also I'm like, but can I book you to make some like giantess porn? Because, there's like not a lot of people that, you could be like, you're so small type of thing. I dig it.
And as long as the paying customers are digging it too.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a minute since I've had like a weird off the wall custom. They're all pretty standard, which I love doing customs. But I'm like, y'all just want me to shake my ass and oil it. And like, I could do that in my sleep. I love it. Like, and I'll be enthusiastic, but I love it. But I'm like, give me something weird. Like, I want something. We'll see. Hopefully I get something.
What's the weirdest one you've ever gotten?
I don't know if it was so much was weird. There's things that people ask that I'm like, I'm not gonna like do that. Like just like gross, poopy stuff. I'm like, no, thank you. But like ones that kind of have like thought to them, or like, some role plays are fun. And just like making up different scenarios gives me, a chance to do something different than just, like Gonzo style solos where it's just like, let's see how many times I could come in 10 minutes, But there's like a story, there's costuming, like I just made a video with two of my homegirls. And it was kind of like a role play, and it was super fun and funny dialogue and funny actions. And, it was enjoyable. Like it's something I was like, I'm super proud of, so I felt like, I don't see a lot of people that look like myself in certain types of porn that are like the fun stuff, like the fun, funny, like slapstick kind of stuff. Cause I like to watch stuff that makes me giggle and be horny at the same time. So that's the kind of stuff I want to make. So I was like, damn, the reception to this is really good. I just thought it was funny. I was just shooting the shit with my homegirls. We were cracking ourselves up. But the reception's been really, really good for it. And who else doesn't want to watch like one small girl get like strapped down by two girls that are bigger than her in like a yoga studio? That's just fucking stupid. It's funny,
One, at the end of the day, this is art to a degree.
Yeah.
So you should make stuff that you're artistically proud of.
Yeah, right. And that's funny. And that makes people giggle. Like, it's goofy. I loved it. So I'm like, am I good at writing funny porn? Is this my calling? Like, to make goofy porn? Like, I like it.
Do it.
Like, if y'all not going to book me to do it, then I'm just going to make it myself.
Well, and that's what you should be in this day and age.
Yeah, but totally. And that's what it came down to when it came up to that idea. It was funny because I just had like an outfit that I thought about, and then I built like the story around an outfit, and it was just ridiculous. I was like, just like some pervy yoga teacher who, put plays up, like, just kind of like that funny. It was really funny.
Well, and I'm sure that scene like has been done with like a pervy male yoga instructor 100 times.
Oh, so, for sure.
So it's good to like turn it on his ear and like, no.
Yeah.
Women can be pervy too.
Yeah. But then it was like, yo, I just got some new workout equipment, but it's just a strap on. And I'm talking about, it's going to loosen up your muscles. And it's like, well, yeah, it is, because I'm going to fuck you with it. Like,
right? You may lose control of your muscles too.
State of the art, like all of that. All that bullshit from like, like workout culture that you hear that I just put in with that. And I'm sure somebody's done it before or something to the extent of it, but I put my little, Bad Kitty flavor on it, and it was stupid as hell, and I loved it. And
there's nothing wrong with it. And that's the thing. Nothing is 100% original. Nothing.
Mm-mm. No, it's impossible to be like, what is an original thought? Like there might be something somebody hasn't heard of for a long time, and, it just came back around, but, And
there's nothing wrong with getting inspiration from what other people have done. As long as you're not
exactly
100% just copying it fucking line for line.
Yeah. No, that's just obnoxious and unoriginal.
And that unfortunately happens a lot in porn.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely was on a set over the summer where it's like, oh, these scenes we're shooting are literally recycled scripts from another one of the sites that company shoots.
Yeah. They're like, but it's from 2012. Nobody remembers. No, like, I don't know if that's what happened, but, just, and you're like, no, people don't forget.
Well, the spin on it this time was, this was a trans scene instead of a traditional boy-girl scene, but they literally just took the scripts from these traditional boy-girl scenes that they had previously shot and put
different characters in it and changed it a little bit.
Changed it a little bit to be trans scenes. It's like, come on, guys. Can we put a little effort into this?
Yeah. I love that you're inclusive. But you're inclusive in the copy, same thing already happened.
Yeah, like you're inclusive in the laziest way possible.
Okay. You're inclusive in the way that you've already done it.
Yeah. These trans performers are not just interchangeable.
No, they have stories that they want to tell. You know, there's different creative outlets that you can go down. Like, you can literally do anything with anybody, but you don't have to copy and paste when it comes over to trans performers, because there's tons of original stories that you can make, like based even on that performer's life, even too. You might find something original out of there that we haven't seen before, you know, so.
That's assuming that they want to take the time and effort to actually like.
Exactly. Well, that's everybody. You have to decide how much of yourself that you want to share, you know, and it was funny because my friend before we came here, they're like, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, you know, kind of it comes different because it's so easy for me to just like bust it open and do this and do whatever. But like when it comes time to, you know, you want to talk about stuff, I don't have a problem with it because that's, you know, I've, you know, grown up always, you know, was in customer service and talking to people all the time. But a lot of the times in this industry, you hear from people outside the industry, like, well, just shut up and, you know, do porn. And it's like, well, no, there's people that have interesting things to say, that have, you know, incredible stories or whatever. And, you know, it's how much of yourself do you want to share and how much, you know, do you want to show the world and how humanized do you want to be? Or do I just want to be like this, like bimbo fuck doll that you don't know nothing about?
See, I have no interest in just talking to the bimbo fuck dolls.
Exactly. It's not, I mean, it's a fun persona to play sometimes, but like, I'm like, I am actually like really incredibly smart and I have a lot of, you know, cool things to say, but
I'm super sorry that you came on the show being incredibly smart. I'm not. Like, you just had to put up with my dumb ass. I'm sorry.
Look at me. This is my show now.
Fuck. I shouldn't have signed that contract.
Show now.
Shouldn't have signed that contract before we got on air.
Right.
Fuck. Well, folks, it's been a pleasure entertaining you for years.
Right. This is the Bad Kitty Show.
That's a big part of what this is like. That's why I never ask people like, how'd you get into the industry? Who do you want to work with? What's your favorite position? Like,
we were literally just talking about this earlier. I said, I swear to God, if someone asks me one more time how I got in the industry, how did I pick my name? Who do I look forward to working with most? I'm going to lose my mind. I'm just going to never speak again. I'm going to be like Beyonce and be like, I don't do interviews. No kidding.
Well, and that's why, like, when I asked you about it, I was curious about real life, not.
Yeah. But no, real life. And it's actually been a while because I won't lie. The last time that I did anal wasn't something that I wanted to do. So it was an icky situation, but resolved. Thank you. But and I'm saying that it kept me from doing it because I was doing it even before then. But, you know, sometimes there just gets a little hitch in the giddy up and then you just want to, when it's something that you feel like you want to do again, you want to make sure that, you know, you're comfortable, you're 100% in it, you're with somebody that you want to do, whether it's on camera or off camera, you know. But probably in my personal life, I'll explore it again in like a safe space before I present it in a...
It's definitely the right move.
Yeah.
Last thing you want is to be on a set and be like, sorry, guys, I can't. And I'm not making fun of like the trauma, but like that's a real thing that could fucking happen.
Totally. And I'm sure that there's people that have gone through that and they thought that they were ready to do it, you know, and you need to focus on yourself first because then I know me, I would be like, oh my God, I couldn't perform and now I wasted these people's time. And then they were here and they were counting on me and God, now I look stupid and I'm embarrassed. You know, so there's so many things.
But it would just compound.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately one of the problems with the industry is
totally.
The industry doesn't care. Like if you don't look out for number one, no one is going to in this industry.
Yeah. You have to look out for yourself 100%. And that's why, you know, I feel bad for people if they feel like they have to give into pressures or whatever. You know, it's unfortunate. And I hope that people can really focus and find themselves and what they want to do and focus on that. And
and only be here if this is where you want to be too.
Exactly.
Like, don't be in this industry if it's to make some significant other happy or, you know, you don't truly want to be here because it will lead to misery.
Totally. And then on the same coin, you know, before getting too into it, don't lessen yourself or stifle yourself and your opportunities for somebody else as well too, even if they're somebody in the industry.
Oh, that's just the tale as old as fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've seen it so many fucking times where it's just like, oh, I'm a girl performer now because like new boyfriend.
He's hot, baby. Yeah. But no, totally. There's a lot of people and I feel like there's so much potential, whether it's a you know, a performer who does this or a performer who does that. When you get with a partner, if they try to control you and what you can and can't do in the industry, there's different between your personal offset at home in the bedroom relationship, which y'all want to do. But when it comes to your partner, you should be wanting them to make the best decisions for themselves, have them make a bag, have them, you know, promote themselves, do whatever they're doing, because at the end of the day, you aren't with that performer. You're with the person who is the performer.
Right. Exactly. And it's especially hypocritical if that performer was doing all those things before you met them or when you met them.
Exactly.
Like, I totally would understand, like, you're dating some civilian and they're like, I want to get in the biz. Like, we need to have a discussion here. Like, if I'm a civilian dude and my girl's like, yo, I'm thinking about becoming a sex worker. Like, okay, this needs to be a discussion. Like, I can't forbid you from doing this shit, but we have to explore the, like, if it's in my comfort zone or some shit. But it's a whole other story. Like, hey, you were a sex worker when we fucking met. Hell, I'm into you because you were a fucking sex worker. And then all of a sudden, now that I caught fucking feelings,
yeah,
you can't be a sex worker, or you can't be a sex worker in the same degree that, like, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Or if you change the services you provide or something, you know, it's like, well, you were doing this when I met you and now you want to do this. That's not okay. And it's like, but that, like, I'm still a sex worker, whether I do this or that, you know, like, you knew what was up.
Right.
So this scenario is okay, but this scenario is not. Like, make it make sense. You know, like, it's like, whole is whole is whole. Like, you know, it's like, I'm the one, you know, monetizing it.
It's true.
You know?
I could see, you know, a potential discussion being like, if someone like, you met someone who's a performer and then, like, decide they want to get into full service, get into escorting, like, not because
let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Like,
yeah.
And it's not necessarily because of the actual sex act, but like,
I'm saying, like, let's talk about it, because this is a situation that
because it's one of those things where, like, the sex is the sex, whatever. It's more than, like, the potential risks involved with becoming a full service sex worker.
Yeah.
Hey, there's criminal involvement here. Like, there's not the protection of a set. That could be, I could fucking see myself being worried about that shit.
Totally.
The idea of being like, oh, you're forbidden from doing this.
Right.
Or some emotional blackmail, be like, yo, I'm out. Like, be out if you're not comfortable with it. Like, don't emotionally blackmail somebody, threaten them with leaving. Be like, hey, you got to live your life. I'm not comfortable. Yeah, I wish you the best. Like, no malice, no nothing. Like, you as the other member, the other side of the partnership, like, has to recognize your own comfort levels. If you're not comfortable with something, don't try to stick around and force someone to, you know, conform to your comfort.
Yeah. You can't convince them. You can't even convince yourself. So if it's something like, if somebody says, if your partner, you know, say your partner, I know you said you're single, I'm single, say that your partner, that your fictional partner came to you and said, I want to do, you know, X, Y, and Z. You have to be true to what your beliefs are. You can't say, I don't want you to do it. And then later, 5 minutes later, or not even, you know, not literally 5 minutes later, but later be like, you know, I'm going to try to be okay with it. Because you trying to be okay with it isn't you living in your truth. And then later you're going to come and be like, well, you're just a slut who fucks for money anyway, you know, type of thing. And it's like, well, now you're just going to throw it in my face because you weren't trying to be cool with it in a positive way. You just didn't want to lose what you had. So you're trying to make, you know, agreements with yourself and trying to reason. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, if it doesn't feel right and it doesn't align with your morals or what you believe in is right, the way
or
that you
just
want to
your comfort level.
Exactly. Don't fake it for somebody else. Don't fake it for literally any reason. And I feel like the same way, even if you're somebody who's doing full service or doing whatever, I understand survival and I understand that. But at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, if you're not comfortable doing it and you hate what you're doing, you're not going to have sustainability over a long period of time. And that's the issue. Run the racks up now. Cool. If you are cool with that, you're fine with being uncomfortable. Run the racks up.
Oh yeah.
Do what you got to do.
I mean, we've all every last one of us who's not a billionaire has done a job that we were not fucking happy with.
Same.
To fucking pay some bills.
Okay. I'm like, if I ever had to, I mean, and who knows to say in, you know, X amount of time, but I'm like, I'm going to work for myself for as long as possible because I had a job since I was 14. I turned 30 this year. I've COVID was the best thing that happened to me. Me losing my job was the best thing that happened to me. I was working a 9 to 5 while fully running Bad Kitty all by myself and doing everything by myself. And me losing my job to focus on this was the best thing that ever happened to me. I, want to focus on this, but who's to say later down the line, I, do all my investments with this and I want to move into the next chapter of my life. That's cool. But I, lived in my truth the whole time.
That's one of the things, like, for the most part, if you're a performer and just a performer, there's a finite amount of time you can do this. Mm-hmm. It's the creme de la creme 1% that has, like, the Lisa Ann length career.
Yeah. And good for her, man. Yeah. And that's the thing is there's some people who, whether they're blessed or they have ability or they have connections or whatever the situation is.
It's all of it. It's fucking all of
the above, right? But they've got longevity. And that is something that's so admirable. I don't know what Lisa Ann is doing personally myself right now, but I know she's not doing porny type stuff.
She's hosting some stuff on SiriusXM last night.
Good for her. Good for her. So, and it's fun because I feel like she's gotten so far and then she doesn't, I'm just assuming that she didn't have to necessarily maybe compromise to get so much or maybe she did. I don't know. But at the end of the day, she's still being heard and she's still being seen and she still, has relevancy. And that's somebody with a career like in this field specifically, longevity like that. That's amazing. Because that's like a household name now, like I remember, people of all ages. I remember watching her when I was young and she wasn't incredibly young. I've never seen she's old, she wasn't old, but that was like her peak time. And even now it's not her peak time and she's still working. Good for her, man. That's awesome.
Honestly, the height of her popularity, she was definitely deep into the MILF category when she was doing Nail and Palin.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it's one of those, it's kind of, I'm not comparing her to a grandparent at all, but there's some people that you just don't, whether it's a public figure or somebody personally, you've never known them under a certain age. So when I think of her, I just think of her as a MILF. I never think of her in her younger years because like you said, that was the pinnacle of her time, was her deep in the MILF era, good for her. Like, awesome.
But she is definitely the exception, not the rule. Like,
totally. Because I think of people that, I looked up to when I was too young to be watching porn. They, I see them pop up sometime, but, like Jada Fire, she's not really around often. Misty Stone's around still, there's a lot of
Misty Stone's still looking fine as hell.
Oh my God, she looks exactly the same. She hasn't aged a fucking day.
How?
At all.
How, Misty? How?
At all. I mean, I don't know. Good for her.
But, good on her. Right?
But there's some people that, just have longevity and they just played the game right. And they have something to offer that has lasted for so long. And I'm like, that's amazing.
It absolutely is, because the average career lasts like 6 months.
Okay. And you think a lot of these girls are coming in 18, 19. By the time, like, my period is older than you. And you have been here for 2 minutes, so I'm, this year I'll be 5 years in the game. And I'm like, now I feel like I'm at my peak, or I'm approaching peak right now. And, maybe I just played the long game and that works out well, but I feel
you're
good.
Definitely in control of your own destiny with a lot of what you do. Like, you're in a point, and definitely at this point, creating most of your own content. Like, you're not a performer who got in like, oh, I am fully dependent on studio work.
No, if I was dependent on studio work, I'd be eating rocks. I'd be so poor.
Back to that ramen.
I'd have right? I'd be having to portion 1 pack of ramen for a month. Like, I've only been booked 4 times and I've been in the industry almost 5 years. I've only been booked onto 4 mainstream sets. And there's a lot of different reasons for that, and that's whatever, but that's the thing, is you can't rely on somebody else, to feed you. Like, I'm going to eat whether or not these people book me.
And as it should be. Anyone who wants to get into the industry these days, you better be ready to be your own production house.
Yeah. And you have to be cool about it, and there's things are going to change, and, your fan base is going to change. And it's funny. I feel like people are realizing that Bad Kitty from 2019, like most people pre-pandemic, aren't the same. They don't necessarily look the same. Maybe they don't talk the same. Maybe they don't look, the same person. They're like, oh my God, like, yeah, I put on weight. Yeah, I changed from, slim, thick to BBW, whatever. But like, my business model's changed. The way that I run, my business is aged as well too. And that's something that I think was beneficial for me getting into the game late and being so selective and restrictive and stingy and controlling of my brand has probably like maybe I lost the opportunities, but I feel like it's helped with my longevity and it's helped.
Yeah, you're not shot out. You're not worried about like, oh, hey, fuck, I didn't get booked on this studio. What am I going to do? You're like, my money's coming in. Like,
okay. I got shit queued right now as we speak, you know, like
right, like during this interview, like she picked up her phone like 3 times, like, oh well, that's another dick appointment right there.
The phone's right, and I'm like, which phone is going off?
Right, like,
yeah.
I'm amazed that she had time to do this fucking interview. Like,
right, it's a tight schedule, but I made it work. Like,
no, I appreciate it. Cheers to that shit.
Cheers. No, and that's the thing is, you got to put the work in, and you're gonna make what you want to happen. That's the thing,
and that's the problem with people getting in at 18, 19. Who have no business sense, have no, like, we've talked about this on this show multiple times, like, there is no porn 101. People just get thrown into the fucking deep end.
Yeah.
And the industry, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't care if you sink or swim.
And it's sad. And I feel like there should be advocacy, not only advocacy in direction of your business and, you know, the trajectory and what you want to do, because I feel like if you're in a higher end bracket and you get with the right people, I know I've got the burps too. I've got the burps too.
The whiskey burps.
If you're with the right person, you get better guidance. But, you know, not to call anybody out, but you know, a grouping, and by grouping I mean agency, but there's a grouping over here that doesn't have the same standards as another grouping, which is a higher end grouping. So they're having different experiences, you know? So it's like, there's no standard, there's no book, there's no how-to, there's no one-on-one. And a lot of people, I mean, I guess the word of the millennium right now is gatekeep, people gatekeep. But the thing I don't like about that is you're not entitled to anybody's information. You're not entitled to nobody's time. You're not entitled to nobody's guidance. You're not entitled to anything. So that's the thing is people are like, well, I know, but somebody needs to teach me. Something like, okay, if I was waiting for somebody to teach me, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Buy yourself a fucking camera. Trial and error.
Yeah.
If you're curious about how to shoot it, there's a million tutorials on YouTube on how to shoot things.
And I don't have a problem helping, but I feel like the last couple of times I've helped people, it's just like, I feel like it fell on deaf ears. Like they were ungrateful, you know, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like I've got manners. You know, I say, please, I say, thank you. I let somebody know I appreciate it. Even if it's bullshit, even if it wasn't helpful. Thank you so much for your time and for your input. I really appreciate this. You know, I'll find what I can apply for myself from that or whatever. Maybe that's just because I have a different background. I didn't join the industry till I was 25. I'd already been working for, 10 years at that point, in real life. So maybe, I'm not better than nobody else, but I just feel like I had
maybe a little.
You said it, but life experience.
Hey, no one's buying me toilets,
right? I hope people buy me toilets.
Oh, someone's gonna buy you a toilet after.
Nobody's buying your Lookies though.
I've never marketed in them. We could have a competition.
Okay.
I bet mine are thicker.
Are you a smoker?
I mean,
I'm a nicotine smoker.
Occasional cigar smoker.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm just a weed smoker. That's why I've got a little. Yeah.
I was having a cigar before you walked in.
Yeah. I think we smoked the blunt before we got here, but not while we were here. I don't know. Yes, whatever.
Like, did I consume cannabis? I don't remember.
I know. It was funny because it was like we got back to the crib right after we went to the hot pot. And because I was like, damn, this fucking business. I was like, yo, I told y'all I had plans. And they're like, no, we got to do this. And I was like, this is the only time we can do this. I said, okay, let me text him and make sure it's okay. And then I felt bad because I was like, I don't want to push him back. And then so right before we got here, and she was like, do you have time to roll a blunt before? I was like, no, we are already late. Let's go.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Like I literally, when I got that text, I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that means I don't have to put on pants yet. Right. Like I didn't even jump in the shower till 7 o'clock.
But you're like me. You're like kind of a dry texter. You're like, okay, cool. Dope. Awesome. Sure. And I'm like, I'm not going to take it no way because that's how I type too. But I was like, hope it's really okay. Hope it's really sure. No,
Yeah, it was fun. I'm like, it's absolutely fucking fine. Like,
because I know when we were initially setting up, you're like, I'm a night owl. So I felt like you were like 7 or later.
Yeah, it was literally I was editing stuff and then playing GTA Online with some friends when you texted like, can we do something? I'm like, yeah, that means I can do a couple more missions.
Right. And I was like, how about it? And then the parking, I was like, God. I was like, I don't want to be the black girl showing up mad late. Like,
well, and as you're like, I can't find parking. I'm like, Cool, more cigar.
Right?
It's fine.
More cigar, less pants.
Yeah, well, the pants were on by that point.
Oh, damn it. Sorry, I got you excited. Or I got you hyped too early. You had to put your pants on too early.
Oh, I thought I got you hyped and you were upset that I had pants on when you showed up.
I mean, I didn't. She was asking me, she's like, what kind of podcast is this? Can we do this? Can we do that? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, I gotta change my pants. And I was like, but what if it's a no pants podcast?
I mean, it definitely can be a no pants podcast, but I'm not like, we're meeting for the first time in person now. Right. And like, it would be rude for me to assume that like, oh, you're just cool. Like, yeah, it's a no pants podcast. Just
like, answer the door, no pants. Like, it's no pants podcast. Sorry. Right. Right. The next one will be no pants.
All right.
We'll find. Okay. This is what we'll do. We're gonna find the most outrageous pairs of underwear for each other.
Oh, for each other.
For each other.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna find you a pair of manties, and you're gonna find me a pair of panties.
All right.
We'll gift them to each other and then wear them.
See, I think I'm gonna just do something ridiculous and get you something that's ridiculously unsexy.
Yeah. Perfect. I hope my boobs can fit in the panty too. Because I feel like that's where in my head, when you said that, that's where I would go with it. I would find the biggest granny panty.
Oh, I'm not going to find some granny. I'm going to find someone wool with like the buttons for your butthole.
Butthole buttons. I love it.
Yeah. Like the little flap for your butthole. Like, yes. Like that's where I'm going with it. Just remarkably unsexy.
Butthole flap. I mean, I haven't heard anything sexy. You said booty butthole buttons and butthole flaps. That's all I heard. And those all sound good to me.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to put you in something that's like actually unsexy. I don't know where I'm going to be like.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's a quest. Audience, DM me. Help me find unsexy shit for her.
Unsexy panties. I need ugly. Like instead of ugly Christmas sweater, we need ugly podcast panties.
Ugly podcast. But on the flip side, I think you should get me the sexiest thing you can find.
This is a life idea. This is a idea. In real time.
Yep. Recorded for the internet to go out to the masses.
A real time idea with Bad Kitty. Ideas with Bad Kitty.
See, that should be its own segment.
Right? You're like, yeah. That's what I'm going to come up with.
But yeah, we can make that happen.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
No pants party. We'll set up a wide so everyone can see my fucking pasty ass legs.
I love it.
Like, Jesus. Is the white balance off? How fucking white is this boy? Damn.
You're too much editing in post.
Blinding the audience. Like, God damn, the lights are bouncing off his legs. Oh.
How dare he?
Has he seen the sun in the last 5 years? What is happening here?
Can't stop, won't stop with the sun. We refuse. We refuse to sun. Oh, my mom texted me. Oh, she said good night.
Like, not now, Mom. I'm talking about ugly underwear.
And buttholes.
And buttholes.
She'd be like, yeah, typical. It's funny because when I told my mom I was in the industry, it was funny. I had to tell my grandma first. Nobody's asked me this question about how I told my parents about it. So I'm going to ask myself about it. And
see, this falls normally under like the cliche shit. But if no one's asked it, I will take the exclusive.
Nobody's actually asked me. And that's the funny thing. So this one, nobody asked me. So how did I tell my family? So the way that it started was my grandma, and everybody said my grandma left because she's going through it right now, health-wise. But so she was my tax professional, my tax preparer for a long time before my taxes got too serious, and I had to go to like big girl business tax people. Excuse me. But I remember asking her because she had told me something about what do we call it? Independent contractors. And like, I have to say it right. Uber people. I always say Uber people and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I asked her, I said, hey, I called my grandma Nanny. I was like, hey, Nanny. So I have a friend that drives for Uber and they were wondering how they get their taxes done, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop and all that. And so she was like kind of trying to tell me about it and do-do-do. And I, like I said previously, I can't lie to non-men. And so I was like, yeah, I got a friend who's driving for Uber and she needs to know, do. And she's like kind of telling me. And I was like, okay, you know me, I can't lie. I said, I am an independent contractor. And she's like, what do you do? And I was like, I webcam. She's like on the internet? And I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, cool. So then I started telling her and she was helping me with my taxes, whatever. So then there were things that I needed help with. So then I asked my mom and then I told my mom and she was like, oh yeah, figures. Like, you're naked all the time. And yeah, I caught like you doing fuck shit on the internet when you were too young and sending pictures. Cause I grew up in the age, so the iPhone was starting to come out by the time I was like leaving high school. So like I graduated in 2009 from high school, and the very first iPhone was just barely starting to come out. Our phones were like the Sidekicks and the Razors and like the Razor flip phone, and all the pictures that were on it had like a weird blue grainy tint to or whatever. So she had caught me like taking pictures that would get people in trouble for right now because I was in high school or whatever. So she wasn't surprised. So I told her, I was like, yeah, do. So I was like, but don't tell Dad. And like, this is funny. This would be this would be one of the times I talk about it for free. I don't know. People always ask me what my ethnicity is, and I don't ever talk about it. Not because I'm ashamed or anything, but just because a lot of the time it comes from like not a place of interest, but a place of like fetishization. So, I'm mixed or whatever. So my mom's like a bunch of white stuff. I don't know. Her dad's parents are from like Germany. They're like redheads, like bright, super redheads from Germany, and a bunch of other white shit. But my dad's from Jamaica. And so I was like, my dad's like super conservative, like old man Rasta, like, and so I was like, okay, like y'all both know, but nobody tell Dad. My mom can't keep a secret to save her fucking life. Like,
I wonder where you get it.
Okay.
Except apparently she can't lie to men.
Yeah, right. She can't keep a secret. But she can't lie to men either. We're the opposites. The opposites attract. So one day she told my dad or she said something in passing later. She was like, yeah, your dad knows or something. And I was like, what the fuck? Who told my dad? I was like, why'd y'all tell him? God damn it. God damn it. But then now it's just funny because but nobody cares. It wasn't like it was just one of those things where it was like, he just doesn't need to know type of things, It was like, not like he'd be ashamed. So my family totally supports me and they help me with stuff.
I mean, he needs to know so it doesn't accidentally pop up in a search.
Right. Oh no, my dad's old timey. And anyways, my dad wouldn't be searching ebony shit anyways. My dad, like, I remember when I found his VHSs, his porn's VHS, it was like big busty Asians with big boobs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not hating on your dad's taste.
Stuff like that. Yeah, no, I'm not my dad's demographic. Thank God. But it's funny because my dad's a musician and, so who do they ask to record the live shows? Me. Because they're like, yeah, my daughter's good at videography and editing videos and stuff. And I'm like, yep, I am.
Band's like, why are there so many extreme close-ups?
Right? I'm all BLV, baby. And I come in with like the stabilized like video camera. And they're like, damn, this shit's crisp.
Like, why does she have a gimbal? Damn.
Right. No, it's like so funny because, I just handle the business. So it's funny because it's like at the end of the day, as much as I try to fight and to say like, I'm not like my dad. Him and I are like the same. And that here we are both entertainers. Like, yep. We knew it was going to be, we knew it was going to be.
Well, and thankfully we're in a day and age where like this shit is so much more normalized. Mm-hmm. Like the idea of, getting into sex work, like I'm 10 years, I graduated in 99, so I'm 10 years older than you. And like the idea of someone getting into sex work when I was coming up would have been just fucking blasphemy.
Oh yeah, no, that you wouldn't. It was like very underground, like not the end. I mean, obviously it was still popping, but the end of the high peak of like the AIDS pandemic. So it was very stigmatized, like, yeah, I totally get where now, not that the same stuff isn't able to happen that was happening then to now, we're more educated about things, but the same type of thing now where, people who would be open and honest about being sex workers, 10, 20, 30 years ago are looking at us like probably like, oh, I wish I could have lived out in the open like that. You know?
The stigma attached with it. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there's still definitely stigma attached.
For sure. 100%.
And this is something I've had a conversation with any friend who's ever talked about like getting into the industry or getting into sex work. It's like, yo, please realize that sex work is not a protected class. Mm-hmm. And if you want to go back to civilian land later on in life, the shit you've done is there forever. Yeah. And you can and will be discriminated against. Yeah. Like if it's on the internet, it is there for fucking ever.
Yeah. Well, especially with the advancements in technology, who's to say that a employer can't upload a video or photo of you, say that there's an employment requirement that you submit a photo. I don't know. I'm just talking hypothetically. And then they run it through the thing and they see me busting it open. And they'd be like, is this you? And I'd be like, hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, that was me. You know?
But the problem is they could fucking just be like, and you're fired.
For sure. 100%. 100%. I mean, one of my most popular videos is me. I was working retail as a manager. I shot it in like 2018, 2019. It's called Squirting on a Conference Call. I was working for this retailer. I was a manager. I was on a conference call. I had this shit on mute and I was just handling business. It's one of my most popular videos and it got so popular and people are leaking it so much that I just put it for free on the internet because people were just leaking it so much and it was so popular. But a lot of people, that's what they know me from. And it's funny because still to this day, this is like 3-4 years old. People are like, can you make more videos of you on the conference call? And I was like, yo, I don't work there anymore. I work for myself now. But, you know, I hope that video comes up later in my life if I ever go back to civilian life and they say, is this you? And I'm like, yep, sure was. That shit bought me a house.
Hell yeah.
That video bought me a house. Okay. Like,
but not with a good toilet.
Not with a good toilet. I need a good toilet.
I'm just gonna keep calling out the toilet until someone buys you a fucking toilet.
Until someone buys me a toilet. I know. First for couch. I have a really generous, great gentleman who BB better buy me that couch. Is gonna get me a couch. And so I'm like, okay, go to couch because I hate my fucking couch. Don't buy a love stack. I hope y'all come for me because y'all didn't reply to my customer service email. I hope you come for me. Please, please do. Worst couch ever. Don't ever buy a love stack. So now I want another couch. And my house, I call it the Pink Pussy Palace because my whole house is pink. My whole life. It's the personality.
Except your toenails.
Which ones? I mean,
8 out of 10. 80% of your toenails.
Okay, I was gonna say one of them was kind of pink when the toenail came off, though. But yeah, everything's pink, and so I need a pink couch. You know, so I told him, and he was like, "Add something to your Amazon wish list that you really want." And I was like, "Well, what I really want is not gonna fit in my PO box, so I need a couch." And then so I sent him the picture of the couch, and he was like, "I knew you were shopping on Wayfair." I was like, "Yep, that's the couch I wanted."
Oh, are you buying children on there? I'm sorry.
I was buying couches, not paintings. No kidding.
Not ottomans.
Right.
That's stupid ass conspiracy theory. Oh
my God. I mean, you know, save the kids, but also like, can people just buy furniture and decor without being conflated with bad people activity? I'm not involved in bad people activity. Please.
Right.
Unfortunate though.
I mean, it's fortunate that you're not involved with bad people activity.
Oh, yeah. But unfortunate that there are people involved in bad people activity.
It's true.
Yeah. We don't like bad people activity.
I don't.
No.
But it's wild to me when people are like, oh, we're going to protest all these Hollywood pedophiles. And like, the Catholic Church is right there.
You said it.
I did. Come for me.
I mean, yeah.
Come.
Right. But yeah. I mean, glass houses.
It's true.
Glass houses. Ghetto black.
Dude, I throw stones all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that I get famous enough that people throw them back.
Okay, right. You're like, have I made it yet?
Right? Am I big enough to be canceled?
Okay. Has anybody made a catfish account of you yet?
No.
Oh, you haven't made it.
Exactly. Like
you haven't made it. Nobody's pretending to be you.
No one is pretending to be me. Like, wow,
Nobody's selling $30 blowjobs as you.
No one's selling shit as me. Like, I'm deeply upset that like there is no Matt Slayer catfish accounts. There's just like random Twitch streamers that use my name because that's their name too.
How dare they have a name similar to yours? All these people in the world, the originality is lacking.
Right? How dare you try to use my shitty high school nickname? I'm using it professionally. God damn it. But
no, it's too funny.
It's just
yeah, I don't run across very many bad keys. I've run across a couple, and it's funny because there was this one person who had a variation of very similar to my name. Very similar. And she looked similar. We were similar. And I was just like, hey, cute name. But I was like, and it was funny because when I first started, I was only camming, and I wasn't thinking that I was gonna. I just figured that was only gonna be my cam name, but things took off and things changed before I got to a point where I could think about rebranding, and now we're just too deep. I don't even know what I would change it to, but like at the point where I was thinking about changing it, we were too far in.
See, that is the wild part about the performers that do come from the camp side, like where it's like you don't have a typical like
you don't have like a first name last name type of thing, yeah.
Like before you came on, I was like, so do I call her Bad Kitty or can I call her Kitty? Do I call her Bad? Like
I know people always ask me like, what do I call you? So I just have people call me Kitty. Some people have started calling me Kit, and I don't hate it. Like, I kind of like Kit. You know, they'll be typing. They're like, I don't know, Kit. You know, like something like that. Like, that's cute. I don't have a problem with that. My issue is when people spell my name wrong. So my name, it's like a mono name. I'm not comparing myself to any of these people. But think of mono names. You know, Cher, whatever. People, that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Bono, whatever. You know, people with mono names. Just, they don't have a last name. That's kind of what I was thinking. But that wasn't supposed to be a long-term name, but then Bad Kitty got so much traction and the name changed from like just like a properly capitalized name, just the B was capitalized, to like a full capitalization to drop like, and so now it's just Bad Kitty. And I'm like, I wish I had like a, you know, like a lady name, like whether it was, you know, like a you know, a name and a surname is what I wish, but we're too far in now.
Right? In too deep.
It is what it is.
You've created a monster and it has run away.
It's a full-grown monster. But it's okay. It's good. I'm glad. I'm happy with it. And it's a name that, you know, people know. It's a name that is in print. It's a name that's on awards. It's a name that...
Well, you know, at least it's not like a mono name like some of the old school like Vivid Girls where it's just like, oh, you're a mono name, but it's like a common first name mono name. Like the one that comes to mind is Devin.
Yeah.
Like from the 90s. Like, good luck searching Devin because you get like every other girl who's ever used Devin.
Okay. Or anything else. You could come across anything. Yeah. That's the thing that's hard. And that's the one thing that's nice about having a super unique name is like you won't see a lot of overlap in the specified spelling of it.
Yeah. The SEO is good.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Shout out to my website developer, Carly David, because she taught me all about SEO and all that fun stuff. And, you know, people be like, your website should say this. And I'm like, well, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yep. Shout out to PS Group. I do work with them too. So
okay. Seriously. That's the homie. That's like one of my close personal, like Carly and I have gotten close. Like I love her. And that's who connected me with you.
Yep. No.
Yeah.
And if, you know, you've seen the changes to nowwedrink.com, that is all Carly's fault.
She's the best.
She absolutely hates working with me sometimes.
Right.
But I have a lot of balls in the air and bad ADD. And it's just like, Matt, you need to fix this. Okay. She will yell at me while we're on calls because she'll be like, Matt, you need to fix it. I'll start to fix it while we're on the call. She'll do it later. I'm like, I will forget. I will fuck it. I have too much going on, Carly. I need to fix this now or it's not happening.
Okay.
And
I'm the opposite. She's like, fix this. And I'm like, okay. And then it's like 12 years later. She's like, Kitty, fix it, damn it. Well, and I told her, I was like, you got to send me a picture of what you want me to fix. Give me the parameters. What is it that you want me to write? Like, I need direction because I'm like, the issue is I have a really short annoyance fuse sometimes. If you ask me for something and then I give you something and then you tell me that's not what you wanted. Oh, that drives me fucking insane. So from the jump, I want you to tell me from the jump exactly what you want. Like, if you have a script and you want me to plug in the words like a Mad Lib, I'd rather you do that than you come back to me later and tell me that I didn't give you what you wanted when I did. Makes me kooky. But it's the opposite. So Carly will be like, she'll tell me to do it and then I just don't do it. And then she's like, do it. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then she's like, okay, but you didn't do it. But no, she's the best. And it was so funny because I know that she meant it from a good place, but basically the gist of it was, because of you, I've learned new ways to do things because I never thought about doing them this way, because she would show me something and I'd be like, no, not that. And I'd be like, this is what I want. And it was like, I swear, I didn't know I was like creating things out of thin air. But that's the thing. And she's so great. She makes them happen. I just tell her the idea that I have and then like, bink, it's done. So yeah, good people.
Yeah, definitely.
Good people. And good people to link you to other good people.
Like who? Who'd you link you to?
Right? I don't know. Some weirdo guy here.
Right? Fucking weird white dude's just feeding me whiskey. Like,
right? This white man invited me into his house and said that there were beverages. He said, "You want something to drink, look here?" And I said, "Okay."
Would you like as much alcohol as you could possibly consume?
How much alcohol can you drink in 2-hour frame time?
Like, ignore the professional cameras and lighting.
Right.
Nothing sinister is going on whatsoever.
Right. And he's like, and then he said I could talk about whatever I want.
He did indeed.
Mm-hmm. Which I love. Let's unstep this sexy thing and see how much we...
Oh, no. We got time left in the show.
Oh, okay. So we
can't do the big reveal.
Okay. So we won't big reveal yet.
Yeah.
But we don't have more ice cubes. And that's...
I mean, there are definitely more ice cubes in the freezer.
But not the fancy ones.
Oh, yeah, there are.
Oh, I thought it was only the one.
No, I had 3 trays. I'm a professional. Thank you.
I would like some more.
Like, geez, I need an assistant. Like, this is so convenient because normally it's like, hold on one sec. I'm going to pause. I'll go get more ice.
That's how I know that I've been drinking because now I'm sweating.
See, I just thought that was my fault. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Sexy Matt Slayer.
She sold that one, folks. She definitely sold.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That'll be your opening credit. You know, like, it's like, you know, the thing that I love about certain websites is like the sexy lady who says the intro to the name of the site. I love it. Thank you. Bloop.
I'm just trying to get away from wires and such.
Right. You mean liquids and electronics don't go well together?
I know firsthand that whiskey and my electronics don't go well together.
You know what I know firsthand is that coffee and MacBooks don't go good together.
Well, I mean, your problem is using a MacBook.
You know what? Whatever.
They're just trying to sell you another one next year.
Okay.
That's all they're trying to do.
I know. I got like 10 years out of my one MacBook. Well, but I did. Okay. Let me rephrase. Out of that model, I got one, spilled coffee on it, got another one. But that model, I didn't upgrade at all. I just had to get a second one. But that one, I rode to the ground for 10 years.
Steve Jobs is spinning in his grave.
I hope so.
Wow. What did Steve Jobs do to you?
What do you do? This whole Apple bullshit, man. You get this, and then this one, and then the next phone comes out, and then this bullshit, and then they don't want to talk to each other no more. And
yeah, I mean, that's capitalism.
That's all.
They want to sell you new phones. They want to sell you new phones.
I get it. That's the only thing I'm upset about him. The only thing I'm upset about.
Oh, I'm upset about his juice diet or whatever the fuck he was on.
He was on a juice diet. I'm too hungry for that.
Right.
And the fans are probably like, "Yeah, you fat bitch. You probably are." Let me read you a.
100%. They're tugging it with one hand and pointing with the other.
I'm dead. Let me read. Let's you know that one late night person does the mean tweets. Let me read one of my mean tweets.
Oh.
I got a mean tweet the other day.
You got a mean tweet?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care.
Nor should you. And this is something that...
it doesn't faze me at all. Like, I'm the most unfazable person.
Well, that's how you should be. Like, I know we were debating if we wanted to touch on this. The whole thing from last night. The whole, like, Will getting up. I was like, you just gave Chris Rock power over you to, like, be that upset to get up and fucking commit a crime on national television.
I mean, it's one of those things that's like, I'm not upset about it. Look at my Twitter stream from
the amount of women who
oh my gosh, it got better. Okay, I was gonna not to cut you off, but the person who mean tweeted me.
All right, we'll do the mean tweet, but then I want to segue.
Back. Okay,
we'll circle back to it.
Here's my mean tweet. So this is after a video, and I've only been on TikTok for a couple months, like a month maybe.
And they haven't kicked you off. That's amazing.
Not yet, but I have gotten some community violations. But so I searched myself on the TikTok because I hadn't searched myself. So I searched by Kitty, and there are videos about me. I didn't know that. So there are videos about me about being like top porn stars. I was like number 2 on all of them or whatever. So somebody...
I think I saw a reaction video that you did.
Oh, yeah, my reaction videos. Yeah. So somebody who commented on it and said, yeah, the dude who said that I was number 1 on one of the videos was right. And then he says, fuck, Bad Kitty, why did you have to let yourself go like this? You're fat as fuck, with the throw up face. And then... He said, man, shut the fuck up. Only sorry ass N-words want that shit. You're mid.
I think he's just upset that his dick isn't big enough to still penetrate you.
That shit just makes me laugh. Like, also, I want to know who created this word mid. Because my understanding is that the kids mean that on a scale of 1 to 10, that you're like a 5.
So I think I have some history on the mid.
That's all. That's my understanding. So please.
Well, so in gaming, they do tier lists, especially like fighting games. So they'll rank all the characters from S to F. So S being like special, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then like, so a mid-tier character is somewhere that falls in the middle.
Okay, but like, wouldn't you want to be like your low tier? Like,
well, no, so low tier is the worst.
I know, but you're not saying that like I'm the worst. So
no, he's still saying he's popping rocks, dude.
That's what I'm saying. You could still get it, but like I saw a dude fuck a fucking car. So I've seen dudes fuck trees. I've seen dudes fuck pots. I mean, there was a whole franchise about a man fucking a pie. These dudes will fuck anything.
It's accurate. It's accurate.
And you're going to tell me that I'm mid? I mean, that's fine. Everybody's got their preference. That's fine. But like, just because you can't get it doesn't mean that I'm mid. Like, well, mid's not even bad. Like, you're just going to say like, it will still make you come. Like,
well, it's one of those things where like, maybe he's trying to do one of those, pickup artist moves. Or like, oh, I'm going to neg her a little bit so she pays attention to me.
That's what it is. Exactly what it is. It's negging.
And the thing about it is, you literally just call this tweet out on an internet show.
Yeah.
So you just paid him attention on the internet.
And I replied. So he should be coming for the rest of his life because he got acknowledged on this, like you said, which is going to stream on places. I replied on Twitter. Other people replied back to it. So now he got the attention that he wanted.
Right. But then he knows, oh, this negative attention will get responses. So he'll continue with the negative attention to continue to attempt to get responses.
But you know what the gag is, though? In 10 minutes, it'll say, this tweet has been deleted. In 5 minutes, it will say, this tweet has been deleted because people will see it. And then they'll, like, I'm not saying go gang up on this man. I don't give a fuck. Nobody needs to be, like, I mean, not that I'm saying nobody needs to be bullied on the internet. Some people do need to be bullied on the internet. And some people need to be bullied and or slapped in real life. To segue back into what you were saying.
So, like, I have opinions on this shit.
Me too.
But first and foremost,
I tweeted about them all last night.
Yeah. Actually, all my tweets from last night were actually I did not pick a side in my tweets last night. My 2 tweets were what? My first tweet was, one of Chris Rock's writers is definitely getting fired tonight because Chris doesn't write his own jokes.
That's the first problem.
Chris has writers.
I understand a collaboration, but you're going to tell me that this man who's been in the industry for 25 years, maybe, didn't read it first. I don't know for a fact, but I feel as though maybe this man read the joke and thought, this is funny. I don't think that was the first time he saw it.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't.
And that's not the first time that he has.
I can promise you it wasn't the first time he saw it. Friends of mine in New York were telling me that Chris was running his Oscar material in clubs in New York before the Oscars. Hell, and I know he does that. In 2016, I got to watch him do his Oscar material when he was hosting the Oscars 2 nights before the Oscars at the Comedy Store.
Which was the one where he was talking mad shit about Jada because Will had boycotted it and Jada was like, I'm not going to go. Yeah. Yeah,
no, I got to watch him do that material in person 2 nights before the Oscars.
Because that's the clip that keeps getting quoted to say, like, people are like, oh, he only said one joke. And it's like, no, it's been a build up. Sorry, I have titty sweat. My titties are hot and sweaty.
It's okay.
I'll be the sweatiest. And I know we turn the air off. That's the one thing I hate. That's the most toxic thing about porn. It's not the most toxic thing. I'm sorry. Let me backtrack.
It's okay.
It's one of the non-physical, person-to-person toxic things about porn. It's if there's not another person, I mean, I guess somebody does inflict this pain upon me. When you turn the air conditioning off, I'm not a small girl. And people be like, yeah, you're a fatter bitch than you were when you got, okay, but like, I got 1 booking when I was skinny. I mean, that was in 2019. But I got 3 bookings once I gained weight. So like, my money went up once I gained weight. But I mean, I'm not saying this isn't related, but that's the thing I hate about porn is when you have to turn the air conditioning off.
It makes noise. I'm sorry.
It makes noise. I know. But now I got some booba sweat.
It's okay. I mean, we can take a pause. You can go pat the girls down if you want.
Good. I did one of these. Yeah.
I mean, whatever you need to do to be comfortable.
No, I'm good. I'm all right.
You're allowed to let them breathe if you want. We allow anything to happen.
Right.
Here.
Oh, boo-boos can get boo-boos.
Yeah, you can pull them out. I don't care.
Boobs can come out?
They can come out.
Okay.
I will censor them on the internet. Boobs are out.